Hey, if y'all could press the like button or click on the like button as you come in, I appreciate that. I'm just trying to wait for my other phone to get in here so I could make sure I can see the comments on my other phone. Thank y'all for coming in. We're about to talk about why parents don't show affection and how it affects us, okay? That's what the topic is tonight. I'm a little bit late. Sorry for the people who could have been here at 6:30. I'm a little bit late trying to get my grandkids situated for school tomorrow. Thanks, Maya. Could you put this one on the charger? Thanks. Okay, let's see. Um, let's see. Thanks for everybody coming in. Hopefully, you guys had a really good Sunday. You're getting ready for your work week. Hold on one second. There we go. Okay, hold on one second. We're just trying to find the live, y'all. Okay. Okay. Oop, oop. Sorry. All right, y'all, we're about to talk about why some parents don't show affection and how that affects us, okay? So, okay, this conversation is like really dear to a lot of people because a lot of people may have had this situation as they grew up. And I just wanted to I know that it's like a TikTok trend where a lot of people are doing this thing where they're either showing that they're able to hug their children or that they have never been hugged as a child. They don't have that same affection for their own children and why, right? Hi, Andrea. Andrea, are you subscribed to the channel? If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about that. So we're going to, So, why some people don't hug or show their children affection, we need to know how this affects the child. Like, you don't want to judge people who don't do it because I'm sure they have their reasons. Hi, Karina. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Anybody who is new here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. We are talking about tonight why some people are not people, but why some parents don't show affection to their children, okay? And how this impacts their life. And we want to talk about why this might be a situation in their life. So we don't want to judge anybody who does not, and we don't want to judge anybody who does, because people have their different reasons. But above all reasons, that it is healthy to hug and show affection to your children. So hopefully by the end of this live, people who don't can see the value and the reason why we should, and then try to make that change. That would be good. That would be good. Okay. So before we get started, if you want to come down in the chat, a lot of people might catch this replay. Think about when you grew up. Was your affection in your household normal? Do you think it was normal? Or do you think it was something that was kind of awkward and rare? Like, did you have a lot of hugs growing up, or was that something kind of rare in your household for whatever reason? And it could be just for the simple reason that your parents didn't get that and their parents didn't get that, and so they might not be able to display that, or probably never thought to display it like that because it wasn't what they received. I hope you guys that are dropping in the chat, I'm saying hi to everybody who was in here. Please go ahead and subscribe. Hi, Rich Kid Ralph, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing good. We're talking about parents that do not show affection to their children, okay? That's what we're talking about tonight. And so I got some information so I can share. I wanted to kind of piggyback off of what I was saying on TikTok, but y'all know how I like to do things. I like to bring information about something. So even if that's an issue, let's talk about that, or let me give you the information that I researched so that maybe it can help y'all in that situation if you're in that situation. So the first thing we want to do is talk about why some parents don't show the affection. So we need to know that a lot of times when we talk about parents not being affectionate, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. That a lot of times when we talk about parents not being affectionate, it's not always because they don't love their children. That's not the reason why. It doesn't always have to be because they didn't love their children. It might or could be just because they don't know how to show that love, right? Everybody who is new, I'm seeing a lot of new people. I like Grow a Garden and Keith. You guys make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it if you do that for me. Hey T1000, we're over here talking about why parents don't show affection to their children. And we talked about why some parents don't show affection, right? It does not always mean they don't love their children. It could mean because they don't know how to do that because they may have not been exposed to that in their households. Okay, so a lot of times they don't know what's happening behind somebody else's doors, so they just don't even know that that's happening. So they don't show affection that way because of that, right? Okay, so let's go over some points. Some points I have is that it could be a generational norm. Like it could be literally a generational norm. So like back in the day, in the generations, sometimes they taught that love meant like providing for, putting food on the table, paying bills, making sure that you had whatever you needed. Okay, so love and family sometimes is shown that way, and they never stop to think about the impact it has when you don't show affection to your children in some kind of way. You know, like patting them on the back, rubbing their back, even if it's a pat on the head, kiss them on the cheek, giving them hugs, all those different things, right? Okay, so hugs and like different things like I love you, they weren't really a part of the package. It was just about more like survival in a lot of households. Not all, but in a lot of households, when the parents are out working, they were just up under situations where they were just simply trying to survive. And so they just didn't stop to value hugging and loving on their children because like I said before, they may not have grown up like that. They just don't know how to display that, or they never found value in it. Or it could be anything triggering them to make them feel like they're not going to do that because we don't know what they have been through, okay? So that point was number one, that it could be generational. Point number two, that it could be their own upbringing. So if we think about like this, if a parent grew up and never been hugged, like never been hugged, never hearing that like I'm proud of you, they might not even realize what they're missing. So they don't miss that because they never had that. So where people may think like, oh my gosh, it's so sad that they never, that nobody ever told them that. It's not so sad for them because it's not a norm for them. So that's not anything they're missing. So it's not like you're looking at a situation where it's almost like some people think it's abusive if that doesn't happen. That does not have to be the case all the time. So it's just something that they have not missed. You can't teach affection sometimes if no one has ever given it to you. You can't teach it. You can't practice it because it's never been given to you. So it's almost like a behavior that has never been learned, right? Okay, so point number three is the fear or discomfort in it. It might just be simply a discomfort, like they don't feel comfortable doing it, or for some reason they have a fear of doing it, and that could be something that it triggers from their upbringing or anything. Like I say, that could be very individual. You can't just pilot and say this group of people, they were abused, or this group of people, their parents didn't love them. That does not have to be the case, right? So point three, the fear or discomfort. For some, affection feels too vulnerable. Like they're just being, they might have these guards up and they may feel uncomfortable because they feel too vulnerable in doing that, right? It's scary to be that open affectionately with people if you have never been taught or if you've ever been hurt. Hey, John. If you've ever been hurt or shut down by a person. So like to give those hugs and show that kind of affection could be a whole issue with you, where to somebody else it could be absolutely nothing and they do it all day, every day without ever thinking twice about it. It comes natural. John says, salute family. Thanks for coming in, John. So, okay, so if y'all want to put down in the chat, you can put down in the chat how many of you feel like your parents did the best that they could do, that they did the best that they could, even if they didn't know how to be affectionate. You know, like, do you still think in that area they literally did the best they could do? Oh, add a Q&A stick. Oh, that's cute. It just popped up with a question on there. Okay. So let me know in the chat if you feel like, regardless of what type of affection your parents gave you, a lot, a little, whatever it was, do you feel like your parents did the best that they could do with what they knew how to do, right? let's talk about the impact that it has on children. The impact of showing affection to your children, okay? Um, when you grow up without affection, it leaves marks even if we don't realize it right away. Like it can leave a mark on a baby, like a baby not feeling those attachments because they didn't have affection. It could show up in babies. It could show up in toddlers, adolescents. It can show up in adults. Depending on how that affected that child as an individual, it can show up at any age for any reason, right? So you got to know that this is something that will, I'm not going to say 100%, of course I don't know that, but it is very likely that this is going to show up in the child's life at some point when they are not given affection. It might show up in the relationships they might have with their own spouses when they're adults or anything like that, but most likely it's going to show up in some way, somehow, right? So let's talk about the points up under that. Okay, the emotional, and let's talk about the impact. We're talking about the impacts. Point one, the emotional impact, right? The emotional impact, children who don't get that warmth often grow up craving connections. So like when children are trying to be a yes person for someone or things like that, or they're doing something that people they want to do stuff for people to so that they would like them, those kind of things that can show up in that way where they just start to crave connections or doubting their own self-worth, so they don't even feel confident about themselves because they weren't given affection that would make them feel confident within themselves. William said, I'm legit. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay, let me see. 09 said, William, try, what did you say? Try growing up just a little bit, right? 09. Thanks for coming in, 09. So I was saying, or devaluing themselves. Okay? Y'all too funny. Okay. They might be struggling to find love without earning it. Like they may just try to find love in any kind of way and not feel like love should be earned. They'll just give their love away to anybody who will accept it because they're not used to feeling love through affection. Not that nobody loves them, because I believe that there are parents who may not hug their children for whatever reasons. That's not saying that they don't love their children, but because later on when they get to learn about affection, they may be overly affectionate with that person in areas where they shouldn't be because it could have been something that they craved, right? Let me see. Oh my God, y'all just, Lord, let me see. Okay, so point number two, we're going to talk about, y'all just, if y'all are in here, like I ask people to subscribe a lot, but I don't mind, like when I come live at nighttime, I don't mind all that back and forth with y'all, but when I'm on a topic that's really irritating, like y'all need to grow up, be more mature. Like we're literally talking about children who need affection for their lifetime reasons, and y'all just in the chat just acting a fool, sounding stupid. Okay, point number two. Hey, Big Cab, thank you for that floating heart. Point number two, relationship challenges. Some of us carry that into our adulthood. When I said that at any point of a child's life, this could become an issue. I'm not saying 100%, but it's very likely that this will become an issue, and it could wait all the way up until they're an adult and happen within their own relationships when they're adult. Like it could be 20, 30, 40 years old. So we keep people at a, those people might keep the people at a distance, like have trust issues, or they might be extra clingy because of that. It might cause, hey Tanya, it might cause them to be extra clingy, because they're scared of losing the love. So if they didn't get that affection from their parents, they get in a relationship that's showing them affection some kind of way. They don't want to lose that, so therefore they'll be in situations that they wouldn't have normally been in because they're so scared of, once they got it, actually losing it once they have it. Okay, so that's another impact that it can have in relationship challenges with that. Children who grew up without affection learn to earn love instead of simply just receiving it. Okay, they don't know what it is just to have it unconditionally. They feel like love has to be on condition. Like whatever I do, it has to be a condition with it. T1000 say, hey Tanya, hey blessings. So let's talk about for those who do show affection, because all of the parents are not out here just not showing affection. Like, we have some parents who already get the impact that it has on our kids. And so either we did it from birth, or we could have started when they were toddlers, or maybe I didn't learn about it until they were maybe teenagers or whatever, or maybe even adulthood. So whatever it is, there are parents out there who already have mastered the importance of this. So we want to make sure we take the time out to shout those parents out, or the caregivers, or whoever is responsible for that child, and who love those children in those ways, because sometimes it takes courage to be able to do that if they have not been exposed to that as a child. So, like, salute to all of the parents who are in the chat that are already doing this with their children, whether they originally started out doing it or they learned about it and wanted to do better, right? Okay, so we might have grown up like without hugs, without I love yous, but you make a choice if you want to change that. Like, some people, if you have not, like, my grandparents were not like that. Like, I literally never remember hugging my grandmother, although I was always around her. But it seemed like she was always in the basement because she was a beautician. Her salon was down there. I just remember her working a lot. I remember her cooking a lot. I remember sitting around talking, all the family getting together. But they were not like really lovey-dovey kind of people on my mom's side. So they weren't, but I never in my life felt like I was missing anything, because I didn't know I was supposed to have that in that area. But because once I got older, you know, like, and I saw it displayed, you know, in other people's family, I'm like, that's like, where I never even really put that together. But that did make me put in my mind that if I was ever a grandmother, I would never let that happen. You know what I'm saying? So that things like that can either have you be in a situation where you can't do that, or it can help you to be better. So all situations that people go through when they're younger does not mean that it has to be a mess of you growing up. It can literally make you a better person. Let me see. Sweat said, y'all hit that like button, please. Tanya said, my kids are big on affection, and I am not. But they make you, yes. So the thing about it is that I was saying, it was going viral on TikTok about people hugging their kids, and it was really some people in there having a hard time, and they had their reasons. And so instead of judging the people who do or judging the people who don't, just give the information of why those attachments are important. Let the parent like ponder on that, because I guess if you went 10 years and you haven't hugged them, that could be something different. But trying to go from there, since you have the information of how important that is, and just change that. So like Tanya said, she's not big on it, but they make her do it. So she might not do it as much as a parent who would hover over their kids and do it all the time. But she knows how important it is, and she does do it. And her kids are not going for it. They're like, we're going to make you do it, which is good, because they bring her own kids are bringing her out of that. Now, my son, for one thing, like, I used to just, when he was here, I would just like kiss all over him all the time. So it was irritating for him most of the time. Be like, Ma, you know, whatever. But I don't care what it is. I am so happy to say, like, not the last time I saw him when he was in that bed, but the last time I saw him when he was up and leaving from my house, I told him to come back from that door and give me a kiss. So like, even though when I was growing up, that might not have been a thing that was like a really big thing in our household, I literally made sure that I poured that onto my own children, and I'd go over and be like for my own grandchildren. So just as long as we know the importance of it, and we can incorporate that in some kind of way, so that these children won't grow up with being impacted in a negative way because of it, okay? Because we don't know if we're gonna have the kids that are gonna know that they didn't have it, so they're going to make sure they give it. We don't know what kind of mindset they have, so we have to do better when we learn better, basically. Okay, so let me see some other things I jot down. So we want to encourage all the people who are already doing it, but we want to stop and understand the people who have never had that as a child. Understand the impact that it might have. So some of the things that might say, like on TikTok, I was just seeing the people say, like, literally, no, I'm not getting ready to be walking around hugging my kids. Like, they meant like, they looking like, no, that's not even nothing I want to do. So I'm just going to assume they don't understand the impact. I don't want to just jump on it and say they are bad parents or whatever. I just want to think that maybe they don't know the impact, and so they don't feel like it impact them, or not able to realize where it impact them, so they don't see the impact it will have on their children. But we got to do better. Like, we have to start talking to people. If you know somebody who can listen to this live, or if you can talk to them and make them understand the impacts that it has on children throughout their life, all the way up until their adult relationships, we want to stop and talk to them and give them the reason, so that, because I believe that if somebody know that something is better for their children, a lot of times they will try to do better. Okay, it might take them, that don't mean they're going to start hugging all over them the next day, but maybe they'll start taking baby steps to make sure they do so. Let me see. Let me get in this chat with this other phone, y'all. Let me see. Tanya said, my kids are big on affection. I'm not. Okay, I got that. Okay, maybe. Okay, Blessed said, my parents were more verbally affectionate than physically. Yes, but for me, my Dons and I are very affectionate towards each other. When when they walk out of the house and walk in, they kiss me on my cheek and hug. Yeah, so you can. That's another thing. Just because a value was in a house that you were growing up in does not mean that value has to be the same. People do what they want up under their own roofs. It doesn't matter how you were raised. I'm sure every one of us can pick something out of our childhood that we grew up with and make the conscious decision to make that better. Okay, to make that better. Okay, so it could be anything little. I don't care if it's how you cook, how you sit down at the table, how you clean, how you cook, whatever it is. We can always determine what feels right in our heart, because our motherly or the maternal or paternal instincts are going to kick in, and that's going to let you know what feels right, and then you work from there. Then sometimes you might not have that. It might not come natural to you, some things. And so if you learn about it, that's your opportunity to do better about it. Whatever it is, it don't matter. Hugging, showing affection, providing for your child, that could be across the board. Let me see. How to heal and change the pattern. Let's talk about that. I wrote down some stuff that I researched about that. How you can heal from that and change that pattern, okay? So for adult children healing, if you grew up without affection, healing starts with acknowledging it. Like, just acknowledging the fact that, you know what, I'm not affectionate with my children. Just to be able to stop and even say that. Some people don't even realize to acknowledge it at all. Let me see. Blessing said most of our parents get it from their parents. Yes, most of it's generational. That was the first point I made, that a lot of times it's generational. But my generation picked it up quick and noticed that not being affectionate towards your loved ones was not sitting right with a lot of us. Exactly. I think that's why we're doing better, because we know better. Yes, that's why, like, every generation in a lot of ways can, I don't know, some ways, not always, can be better, because we pick up on where we missed and we try to fill that in. Like our children right now and our grandchildren right now, they're going to pick up on what they could have done better, and they're going to be better. And that's all we wish for, is our kids to be better than we were, right? Okay, so how we can change that healing pattern is to just first acknowledge it. You don't have to be emotionally numb. You know, not to be emotionally numb about it. You can, hold on one second. Reparent yourself. This information said you can just simply reparent yourself. You do not have to go by what your parents did. Reparent yourself, and that means giving yourself what you never received. Give yourself what you never received. If you feel like you had a childhood, you don't have to go around like just feeling like, I can't do this because I didn't get this. Whatever situation it's in, you can literally say, I didn't get that as a parent. I'm going to give it to myself. I'm going to reparent myself so that you can get what you need out of what you felt like you didn't get from your parent. You can do that. So you can say the words you always wanted to hear. If you were in a house that didn't say, I love you, you can literally keep telling yourself that you love you. And so you can give that to yourself. You can give your own self hugs. You never got them. Give your own self hugs. You can speak kindly to yourself. If you had a situation where your parents didn't speak kindly to you, you can speak kindly to yourself. Okay, you can surround yourself with people who love openly. So, like, don't continue those relationships with people who didn't give you the affection that you crave. Start making connections and relationships with people who do know how to love openly and will pour that into you so that you can get what you need.
Can I watch the TV now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Thank you, Chris. Chris said, welcome to this Grandma's World. Please hit that like button and subscribe. If you're not a member, consider being a member. Hey, Jazzy, how you doing? Celeste said, that is definitely how I look at things, doing what I wanted as a child. Yeah, like whatever, you got the power now. Like whatever it was, it don't matter. If you felt like you didn't get certain things, go buy it for yourself. You know, if you didn't go certain places, go to the places. Like all those years are so over and done, you didn't get a chance to, and you can fix it. You might even like it better now. I don't know. Just start doing it for yourself. So for parents who want to change, Jason said, hey, Chris and Chad, everybody speaking. For the parents who want to change, it's never too late. Like, I don't care if you're 50, 60, 70, it's never too late. Like, because, like I said, my grandparents were not like that. So my mother was not always like that, you know, with us all the time. But with these grandkids, I don't know. We never had no conversation with her about it. It never was a thing. I didn't even know that it was a thing until I started teaching nurturing programs. And that was when my kids was a baby. That's 30 years ago. And so I didn't even know that was really a thing. I never paid attention to it. I didn't feel like I was missing anything. But when my mother I just did a video when I took Maddie over to my mom. That's her great, what is that? That will make her great granddaughter. No, great granddaughter? No, great granddaughter. And when the first thing she sees any of these kids, she grabs them and hugs them for dear life. And I'm looking like, now that I pay attention to it more, I'm like, I don't even remember her ever being like that with us. But I don't care what it is. Whatever she came across her mind, I don't know if she seen it on TV, read about it, I don't know what she did. But she is a totally different grandparent. So it's never too late. If you want to be that person, you can stop right now and be that person and develop those kind of relationships if you desire that. I didn't even know she desired it, but evidently she do, because she hug all over her grandkids. So that must be something that she had within her that she's fulfilling now, which is good. So even if your kids are grown, you can still start by a gentle hug. It can be like a rub on the back or whatever it is, but you can like move into it slowly. Like I said, it could definitely be situations where things could be triggering. We don't know why these people are not feeling like they can hug their children. I mean, there's people over there saying, no, I'm not going to be hugging on my kids. I'm not doing that. I don't even feel right doing that. And they mean that. And they might not even know why they're saying that or why they feel like that. But it could be things that have happened in their life that is triggering, and they don't realize that. And that could put up the wall of why they feel like they can't do it. So you can do it by small massages. You can just do check-ins by telling them I love you, you know, just to break the ice with that. I'm sure that if you never told your child that, or, you know, people, it can be your loved ones. It don't have to be your child always, but we focused on the kids today. If you say it sometimes, I'm sure it will become something that's more comfortable for you. But start somewhere, because kids do need this. I'm telling you, they could possibly take it into their adulthood. And you don't want them to feel, who wants their child to really feel like that? And if you didn't know better, that's one thing. But if you listening to the words I'm saying and you see how important that could be, then go from there. Go from there. It don't matter about the past. Just go from there. You don't have to overthink it. Love is a practice, not a performance. It's not a performance like you got to perform and do this. It's a practice. Just keep practicing that, showing that love and showing that love, and it'll be better. It'll be better. Don't think of it as a performance like you have to perform and do this thing. Let it come natural. Do it by little steps if it's hard for you, and I'm sure you'll get there. Hey, Black Coffee. Hey, Betty. Thanks for coming in. Betty said she was coming last night, and there she go. Okay, so know that every time you choose affecting, you're teaching your kids and yourself that that emotional practice of love is safe and that it's possible. Every time you do it. So if you make sure, if you haven't been hugging at all, try to hug like once a week. Try to hug like then 3 times a week. And then before you know it, over time, probably by the end of the year, springtime, you'll be hugging them every time you see them. So just start doing it. Chris is speaking to everybody. Okay. And so, just try one small change at a time, whatever it is. If you give them a kiss on the cheek or whatever it is, just let it become comfortable for you, because I'll imagine if you haven't been doing this, it wouldn't be comfortable for you to start doing it. So don't do everything right away, because you want to feel comfortable in it too. I see Libra 4 in the building. Hey, Libra 4. Hold on one second, y'all. When I see Libra 4, I got work to do. There you go, Libra 4. Good to see you in the chat. I appreciate you coming in. Hey, Break Forever. Thanks for coming in, Break Forever. Thanks, Chris, for those bells. I appreciate y'all for that. So let's leave with this, y'all. Love does not expire. It won't expire. So if you hugged and kissed and loved all over your kids at birth, you don't have to feel like, well, they're grown now. It don't expire. You can literally start now and give your kids what they can only yearn from this feeling that I'm talking about, like why parents don't hug their kids. They can only get that from you. So they can't get in a relationship and get that. They can't get that from a cousin. If you are alive and well, they can only get that from you. Okay, so you want to start with little things, and love does not expire. So all you have to do is maybe have a discussion with them, and that could be hard. Write a letter to them. I don't care. Text them and let them know that I never even realized how important that was or whatever. Go ahead and communicate with them and let them know. But I'm going to start trying to do better with that. Joke about it if you have to, but to break the ice. But just start doing it now. It's like never too late. So it's never too late to give it. It is never going to be too late to receive that. There's no age limit on that. Somebody could be 80 years old and they will receive that at any age. I don't think anybody's going to turn that down. Hold on, let me see what y'all said in the chat. Welcome to his Gamma's World. Please hit that like button and subscribe, y'all. Betty said, hi, Libra for the bell. Thank you, Betty. Libra 4 said, thanks everyone for the bells. I will hit the replay. Okay, thank you, Libra 4. Blessing said, I think a good start would be to be patient. Acknowledge how important, let's see. Acknowledge how important our to you, or maybe it is to you. Wait, hold on. Maybe acknowledge how important it is to your loved one and take small steps. Example, we can start with just holding hands when we greet each other, and then small hugs. Yes, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, that's what you do. Like start somewhere and then just let it grow. It'll naturally grow. If you start somewhere, it'll naturally grow before you know it.
Where's the TV remote in there, Mama?
The TV remote?
Yeah.
I don't know, baby. Wait till I get off live. Get one of these other TVs. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. So even if your parents never hugged you, you can learn to hug your own kids, your friends, yourself. You can be the one to break the cycle. You can be the one to break the cycle. It does not matter if you never got a hug in your life. You can be the one to break the cycle. You're going to feel the love that you're giving. You're going to feel the love that you're receiving from you just breaking the cycle. Blessing said, oh, I got that one. Okay. So, if anybody have any questions, I could drop the questions right fast before we get out of here. I don't want to hold y'all too long, but I did want to get the information that I looked up because I'm watching on TikTok, but like things that I want to talk about, y'all know I'm not a reaction channel, so I don't want to ever react to a person personally, but I do want to see a problem and go get some information if I'm not familiar with the information and bring it so we can do something about it. Like it's kind of worthless to me to keep talking about stuff, and if it's not going to be some type of change made, and not that this is bringing a change over everybody, but I don't care what nobody say. It's 12 people in here right now. One person could be going through this, and that would be enough for me. And maybe, I don't know, maybe when I end this, it might say it was 50 viewers throughout the live. Then when I wake up, it might say that it was 100 viewers. I believe that one person was able to make a change in their relationships with their children due to this live. So I said, hey, Libra 4. So yes, so I'm assuming that nobody has any questions. If y'all want to drop in, I'm doing late night lives called random night chats that I do. And the only reason why I do that is to bring in new subscribers in the middle of the night because we are all different time zones and things like that. And then there is an audience that is up scrolling in the middle of the night. So I'm using that to help build a channel. And what else did I want to tell y'all? Tomorrow is the men's room. Blessing Hot Topic suggested a topic that was battered men and why they stay. So for the men's room, we're going to be having that tomorrow. Tuesday, we are not having a Tap and Tip Tuesday because that's only on the 1st and the 4th Tuesday of the month. So I don't know what's going to be Tuesday, but y'all know I'll be here with something. It's October, which is Vlogtober for content creators. So I definitely will be here at least once a day. with live streams, but lately it's been 2 because I try to come at the audience that are already familiar with the channel. Then I try to come in late at night for people who are new to the channel, and a lot of those new people are coming over here to the daytime, so I appreciate that. So I'm just trying to do something different to help build the channel. Okay, y'all make sure that y'all hype this live up, all of y'all. Now I know I tell y'all, give me some of y'all hype points all the time after this live, so that this might be able to help somebody. After this live is processed, because YouTube have to process it. After it's processed, please come back. Go in the comment section, swipe to the left. You'll see your hype points. You get 3 per week. And if y'all could please give me at least one of those set of hype points that they give you to hype this video up, so that they will get this video out in the algorithm, and hopefully it'll help somebody. Black Coffee said, I didn't experience it in my childhood, but my children have heard I love you with hugs and kisses from birth. Yes, okay. Exactly. Some people did it right away, but some people were not exposed to it, or something triggered them where they don't feel comfortable. And that's a blessing for anybody who understood the importance of that from birth. Like, that's just a beautiful thing. Sarah said, hey, Black Coffee. Hey, Antonio, thanks for coming in. Y'all make sure to hit that like button. If y'all not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Chris said, thank you for your support. Thank you, T1000, for that floating heart. Chris said, thank you for your support to the channel. You are appreciated. Absolutely. Hey, Corey. Let me see. Yes, hype me up with this video, y'all. I need your hype points for this video. Again, T1000, thanks for the floating hearts. And that Rose, I see you. Corey said, hey, Chris. So, yes, again, y'all make sure, I don't ask people to share. I really don't ask content creators, because they might not want to fill up their walls with shares like that about things. I did share. I rarely share lives, but I did share a live that Selena did today. And if y'all get a chance, y'all go to my wall and make sure y'all watch that live. It was a really good live with a lot of good information that a lot of people might be seeing, like on YouTube streets. Y'all need to go watch that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else other than tomorrow's the men's room. Tuesday, I don't know. I told y'all about y'all might be seeing at late at night, I'm leaving a question, and it is called Brain Power Hour. So, like, for an hour or so, unless I fall asleep. The first night I fell asleep in the bed for 6 hours, but last night it was for an hour. It's called Brain Power Hour. So I'm just asking people for engagement. So it's going to be a question posted. It's a silent live. So if y'all up that time of night, come in, read the question. Take your time, so it could be at least a minute that you're on over there, because I'm trying to do that for views. Take your time. It might be an A, B, or C question, or a true or false question or something. Think about the answer. Type it in the chat. Hopefully by then, like a minute or so will go by, and then show your support that way. But it's also to help build the channel for new people who are not familiar with the channel, to have that to look for in the middle of the night if they like that sort of thing, and possibly come to the channel in other times of the day when I'm offering other things. Okay, y'all? So y'all watch out for that Brain Power Hour. You can always go back and answer the questions if you like to. Let me see. That was a great live. I was listening while getting my steps in. Okay, thanks, Blessing. That's a great idea. Yes, and I also I thought it was gonna start today, but the things that came in, I don't like them. But what it is sorry, y'all. What it is what I'm charger out. What it is that when people gift me in the chat, like y'all gift me tonight, but I didn't have it right because I don't like the cards that got sent. But when y'all gift me, I just want to be like it was saying, like how T1000 just gift me those. When people give me, if I'm not like in the middle, I'll probably do it at the end of the live, or if I'm just rambling. And I just got these little affirmation cards, but I don't like these, y'all. So I'm ordering some more. I'm sitting these back. I don't like these, so I'm sitting these back. But when y'all gift, I'm going to have something called gifted affirmations. And so when people send that gift in a, the gifts that they send over the screen, I have like all these little envelopes, and they can pick a color, and it's going to be an affirmation in there, and I'm going to read the affirmation for you. And it's just going to be something called gifted affirmations. And people who gift with the gifts in the chat, I'm gonna stop and read their information, their affirmation based on like the color that they pick for what's in there. But they didn't, Amazon didn't say, I don't like these. I don't like these. They were like too short and to the point. I want to give like very meaningful affirmation. So I got to order some more. So that's going to be coming too when they get it together. Blessing said, Selena is dope and she has great content. Yes, she does. Yes, she absolutely does. She does. So y'all make sure. Thank you, Spread, for that floating heart. So y'all make sure that y'all, like I said, share this live to somebody you think might need it. And or if you didn't catch the beginning of it, catch the replay. If you feel like you need that information that I gave on it, the impact of how it is for children who don't receive hugs. Thank you, Saran. Thank you for that floating heart black coffee. Thanks for the thumbs up, Saran. I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't look at my nails being painted. Every time Maddie come over here, thanks black coffee. When Maddie come over here, she got to paint my nails every time, and she does them so they be looking crazy. And I forget a couple of days, but when I get off here, I'm gonna remember to take it off. But you can't tell her that she's not a whole nail tech. So I got to go take that off. Thanks so much for Black Coffee. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thanks, Red. Chris, thanks for those channel emojis. If y'all are not a member to the channel, please make your name green in the screen. Become a member to It's Grandma's World. Y'all got to consider that. I need to set a goal before January 1st. I need to set a goal. I need to get a piece of paper and try to get 10 members. No, well, 10 members outside of gifted memberships, not the gifted memberships, but 10 members that will be willing to become a member to It's Grandma's World. Y'all think I can do that? I should be able to do that. If I can't do that, then it's something wrong. But I think I'm going to try to do that. See if y'all can help me reach that goal. Okay. Hey, Tracy. Is it Tracy T? Thanks for coming in. Hopefully everybody who was new to the channel, y'all went ahead. Thank you, Libra, for that 100. I appreciate you for that. I hope that you guys have subscribed to the channel. Then make sure y'all come back. Like I said, if y'all want to be up for random talk at night, you can catch me every night this month. I'll be doing that random night chat live. But hopefully I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks so much for coming in, y'all, okay? Chris said, hey, Tracy T. Okay, see y'all later.